Class 9 Subject Chemistry Chapter 1 Matter in Our Surroundings Module 1 Objectives. At the end of this class, you will be able to define matter and classify matter, to list the characteristics of the particles of matter. Introduction. What is matter? Everything in this universe is made up of material which scientists have named as matter. The air we breathe, stars, the food we eat, plants and animals, and even a drop of water, everything is matter. And one thing common in all these is that they all have mass and volume, that is, they occupy space. Definition of matter. Matter is anything which occupies space and has mass. For example, a brick. If you keep this brick anywhere, it will occupy space and it has mass. That is, it is heavy. Now you may wonder, what about air and other gases? Look at this picture. All of you know that it is LPG cylinder. It is heavy to lift and occupies space. So air, though it is light, it has mass and it occupies space. Similarly, milk needs space for keeping it and has certain mass. Now let's move on to the next topic. Classification of matter. Early Indian philosophers classified matter in the form of 5 basic elements: air, earth, fire, sky, and water. Modern day scientists classify matter in 2 ways. On the basis of physical properties, matter is classified as solids, liquids, and gases. On the basis of chemical properties, matter is classified as pure substances and mixtures. Physical nature of matter. Matter is made up of particles. For a long time, there were 2 competing theories regarding the nature of matter. One said matter is continuous and other says matter is made up of tiny particles. Now, which one do you think is correct? Science is all about validating theories with experiments. So, we'll do an activity to show that matter is made up of particles. But before that, let's go to characteristics of particles of matter. The particles of matter are very tiny. The particles of matter have space between them. The particles of matter are continuously moving. The particles of matter attract each other. Let us do some activities to understand the physical nature of matter and to understand the characteristics of particles of matter. Activity: to show matter is made up of particles and to show particles of matter have space between them. Requirements: beaker, common salt, spoon or glass rod, and water. Let us see how this activity is done. Take 50 ml of water in a beaker. Mark the level of water in the beaker. Now add some salt to the beaker and stir it well with the help of a glass rod. Observe the level of water now. Add some more salt and repeat the above procedure. It was observed that the particles of salt were evenly distributed in water. Also, it was observed that the presence of salt particles did not change the level of water in the beaker. Observations. We see that when we add salt to water, it settles down. On stirring it, it starts disappearing and then a stage comes when it disappears. This shows that it is not one continuous state of matter, instead it is formed of small particles. On stirring, the salt particles get dissolved in water, but still the level of water remains the same. This shows that there are spaces between the particles of water which are occupied by salt particles. Now let's move on to the next activity to show that these particles are always in a state of motion. Requirements: incense stick, matchstick, stand to hold. Take some incense sticks and smell their fragrance. Now place them at a distance from yourself and try to smell them. You will be able to smell the fragrance of the unlit incense sticks when you are close to them. However, their fragrance will not reach you when you are at a distance from them. After this, light these incense sticks and try smelling their fragrance from a distance. When the incense sticks are lit, you will be able to smell their fragrance even from a distance. Hence, it can be concluded that particles of matter move continuously and their speed increases with an increase in temperature. Observations. The whole room starts smelling very good. Reason: the particles of matter are not stationary. They are continuously moving, and when they drift through air, we can smell the fragrance of incense stick. When the stick is lighted, the heat energy makes the particles of incense stick move rapidly. They easily drift through air and spread the fragrance. Do you know the phenomena behind this activity? The phenomena is diffusion. Diffusion, it is the movement of any substance from higher concentration to lower concentration. Or we can say it is the intermixing of two different substances. Let us do another activity. Activity to prove particles of matter attract each other. Requirements: iron ball, chalk, and hammer. Take an iron ball and a piece of a chalk. Try to break the iron ball by hammering it. Repeat the process with the chalk piece. You will observe that the chalk piece breaks easily, but the iron ball does not break. This is because the forces of attraction between the chalk particles are lesser than the iron particles. Iron particles attract each other with much greater force. This makes iron very hard and strong, because of which the iron ball does not break. Therefore, on the basis of the above activity, we conclude that particles of matter attract each other. However, this force of attraction varies from matter to matter. Now let's do an activity to show that the particles of matter are very tiny. The particles of matter are very small. The very small size of the particles of matter can be shown by performing the following experiment by using potassium permanganate and water. Potassium permanganate is a chemical. We take 2 or 3 small crystals of potassium permanganate and dissolve it in 100 ml of water in a beaker. We will get a deep colored solution, purple colored solution of potassium permanganate in water. Take 10 ml of deep solution of potassium permanganate from the first beaker and mix it with 90 ml of water present in the second beaker to dilute it. Due to this dilution, the color of potassium permanganate in the second beaker becomes a bit lighter. Now take 10 ml of potassium permanganate solution from the second beaker and mix it with 90 ml of water present in the third beaker to dilute it further. The color of solution will become still lighter. If we keep on diluting the permanganate solution like this a number of times, in this way we get a very dilute solution of potassium permanganate in water, but the water is still colored. This experiment shows that 2 or 3 tiny crystals of potassium permanganate can impart color to a large volume of water. Each potassium permanganate crystal itself must be made up of millions of small particles which keep on spreading and imparting color to more and more of water on dilution. What we saw now was an animated video. Actually, this is how it will look. You can try this at home with ink.